welcome back to Attingham Park for episode 5, The Origins of Feldcorp. Good morning everyone. So here we are, it's the 5th day late spring, and we've got a bit of a plan. And the first part of the plan is to take the car in for a bit of a service, because it's a tiny bit in need of repair. So we are going to pop down to the local mechanic just down the road here and drop the old Fiat Uno in for a little bit of work. And what we're going to do is just leave this down here for them to get to when they can, and start on our day's journey. So we'll just back up, park it here outside for them, give them a toot on the old horn so they know we're here. If I can remember what button the horn is. There we go. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So let's just leg it around the side to our little farming establishment, because there's been a couple of small changes down here, as we will see when we get there. Chiefly, you may remember, oops, I should be on this path, not in the middle of the road. I'm just so excited. Now, we've got our tractor, new tractor, the MB Trek Mercedes one down here. We also had a word with the town council, and they were okay with us installing this lovely gate, so long as we were careful with the removal of the wall, so we can always replace it if needed. But we now have this lovely gate out onto the main road, so now we don't have to go all the way around the houses just to get into this little tiny field and the greenhouses here. What we also did too was we had a little water pipe installed as well, just a cheap little thing so we can keep the greenhouses up and going. So we can do that quick. I'm not sure off the top of my head how much we've got in the little skip back here, the manure, but we'll drop in whatever we got of that. If it's enough, then that's a good thing. If not, then if it doesn't fill it all the way up, it's not too big of a deal. But let's get this attached. And hooked up there, and let's see what we got. Oh, we got 3,000 litres. That is almost perfect. So what we are going to do here is rotate around like an owl, and then try to back all the way down. Actually, you know what? It might be a bit easier just to go front ways down there. Otherwise, I'll end up driving across our spuds, and the last thing anybody needs this early in the morning is some crushed spuds. Yeah. But no, we've made a few decisions on what to do here, sort of generally speaking. Obviously, I'm trying to start up a sort of farming services business, if you will, farming logistics services, all that sort of thing. And at the moment, all we're basically doing is being contractors for local farmers, using their equipment, all that sort of thing. And that's okay up to a point, but the point being, we're going to need to get some stuff of our own. So what we're going to do is take a look at getting some equipment. Now obviously we've got 85 grand at the moment, but we don't really have anywhere to actually stash our equipment either. That's the other sort of small issue, I guess you could say. And we're just going to back this in the corner here next to the manure thing. It is empty, but the manure is just about full there, so that's good. So, God, I cannot drive to save my life this morning. I need more coffee. So, yeah, we are. There we go. That's better. We'll just deposit this here, and then get the water loaded up quick, and do the same thing. I do want to be careful. Actually, I don't think we can crush the spuds this early. They've only just started peeking through there. But yeah, it'd probably be a little bit easier if we had the small fent back here. But at the moment, we don't. So we're just going to go with this and see. Get done what we can get done. Now this doesn't have any water in it, but thanks to our lovely standpipe, which we can fill up from there, We can just trundle along here and refill, because it doesn't take much water in this thing. It's only like 1,000 litres, I think, or 2,000. 2,000, there we go. So yeah, that's not too bad. Oh dear, I'm not having a good day reversing, am I? I think it's because this thing's a little bit small for this tractor. The tractor's too big for this tiny little water tank thing, but that's okay. It serves a purpose. It works for us. It gets our stuff watered. Come on, there we go. Okay, that's got that. Let's just toddle that back in there and disconnect. And yep, so we are going to head down to the store now because we've got a few things to purchase. I'm wondering if I want to take the trailer with me, because there are a couple of things. But what I am going to do is refuel from one of these handy canisters that I'd left. In fact, I'll refuel from both of them. There we go. But yeah, we're going to have a quick run down to the store, and what we're going to do is grab some fertilising equipment. Now, obviously we don't have much in the way of fields to actually do ourselves, but what I am going to do is get a nice big sprayer, because there's a lot of fertiliser contracts available at the moment. Let's just shut the gate quick. There we go. Hop back in and off. Yeah, there's quite a few fertilising contracts out at the moment, so we've got 85 grand in the old bank account there. So I was having a look through the sprayers the other day, and I think I found one that is going to be good. There's nothing that's come up in the classifieds at the moment, but depending on what time we get to the store, we may have a look just to see. But yeah, so the idea is we need to build up our own equipment stock, so we can start, sort of renting our stuff out, if you like, or renting our services with equipment. And we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a place to actually store it all as well, which we kind of don't have at the moment. We do have some land, but it's not exactly sort of like a warehouse or an equipment yard or anything. But we could use it for a few odds and ends and small bits until we can get some more cash in. But my plan is to see if we can find like a yard somewhere, or maybe a field with a bit of clear space in it, or maybe just a piece of sort of borderlands, if you will, or a little bit of wooded area that we can just clear out, or some wasteland or something, and maybe get a little bit of a yard set up. Obviously we're going to need money to do that, and we got to spend money to make money, because if we don't have equipment, then we ain't going to be able to do much of anything. So first order of the day is to get some fertilising equipment and then pick up some of them contracts. So I'm going to head on down to the store here and get what we're going to get. Hopefully they've got it all laid out and ready for us. We'll just run into the front and pay for it all, and then we shall see what it is in just a little bit. Alright, here we are up at the store now. They've got it all ready for us there, and we're just going to run in here and pay for it quick, and then we should be good to oh, actually we're going to need some fertilizer as well, so let me get that while I think about it. We'll get it in the barrels because we want liquid fertilizer, and we are going to want quite a few of these. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll go with 4 for now. Hopefully that's going to be enough on top of the other odds and ends we're picking up as well. Okay, that's all paid for. We paid 75 grand there for everything in total, it looks like. And let's hop in our tractor and go see what we've got. Now, oh, you can just kind of see it there. Lovely. We'll get out and have a proper look here in just a second. But yeah, oh, that's nice, that is. Okay. So what we are actually going to do first is back up here to this thing, and I think I mentioned this in the last little video that we did here, and what that is is a fertilizer, or a fertilizer herbicide sort of extended tank thing, which is really kind of cool. So we've got that, and we've also bought this little diddy sprayer. Now it's not very big, it's like 15 meters, but it's a small one. It's like 600 liters, and it's one that our little Fent can use. But then what we've got is this massive, great big Carrel Nicholas, I think it is. It's a French brand, so we've managed to get it across the thing there. Now, I'm hoping our little tractor can pull it, because we don't have a large amount of horsepower, but I think we'll be okay. And, oh, I thought they were going to fit the narrow tyres on it for us. No, they don't appear to have, but we can always just back it back into the shop quick and get that done. And in fact, what we might do is put a front linkage on this so we can take that back as well. Get everything done, as it were. So let's just drop that back off quick and get everything loaded up. In fact, we'll back around here quick, see if they can fix the. We'll see how much it's going to cost, because we actually don't have a lot of money. Okay, narrow tyres is only 500 quid, so that's good. And since I was on the continent earlier, or dealing with the continent, it was showing euros just then, but it should be back in pounds now. Oh, and of course my tractor's not in quite the right spot, is it? That's rude. Let's back it back in here again. There we go. Now it should be in range, I hope. Ah, there we go. Okay. So the old front link on this, where are we? Front attachment. Let's go that way. £3 for a front hydraulic. That's a lot, but let's do it. We've got pretty much everything we're going to need now, so let's do this. So yeah, what we are going to do is load it all up and try and get everything down to where we need to go. And we'll drop this off at, let's see, am I close enough to, yeah, there we go. Now we're not going to need to actually attach that properly, and we can still see around it, mostly. But we'll fill that up quick. This is only a little 600 litre one, so it's not going to take a lot. Lovely. Now this back tank for the Hardy should be 3,000 litres, I think, and that Carrel is, I want to say 4,000 and something. So we are going to have quite a lot of spray potential going on here. And of course we now cannot see anything out the back because of those nice big tanks, but that's fine. Okay, let's get a bit closer. Pop the drone out, have a look around here. It actually kind of looks cool on the back there. It would look better if we had a sprayer on the back and not the front, obviously. But we'll get that sorted out in a bit here. So, okay. Now these are only, I think they're 3,000 a piece, or 1,500 litres per thing here. So yeah, let's fill this all the way up. So we've got that. Oh, too soon, too soon. There we go. Okay, let's grab this as well. Obviously we're a little light on the front end. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but we're going to do it anyway. Because we kind of need to. Oh, that does look nice. Now there are a few different options for sprayers I could have got. I was almost tempted to rent a little ride-on, sort of, not ride-on, self-propelled, that's the word I'm looking for, a self-propelled sprayer. But sadly, well, I mean not sadly, I could have rented one. But, you know, I saw this and I'm like, well, we've got enough money to get it. And the idea is to, you know, set ourselves up with equipment that we need. And with the money we're going to make from some of these contracts, we may even have enough to do something else. So let me just check the classifieds quick while we're here. So See if there's anything good. Baler, not too expensive. Obviously we can't afford anything much at the moment, but it never hurts to have a look, because if there's anything really important, we maybe could get a loan. But yeah, see, this is something we're going to have to look at too, is getting a big tractor at some point, and a large cultivator and seeder and stuff. Well, that's not bad for 180 horsepower, but we would have to tow that somewhere. Yeah, but there'll be some options, I think, popping up in there soon. Well, I say soon, at some point. But yeah, it's taking a little bit to get up to speed now with all this weight on, but I think we'll be okay. And like I say, we're going to drop the front mounted contraption off at the potato field that we were seeding the other day, and our lovely little Fent can get on and do that at some point, and then we'll pick up the contracts and start doing what we are going to be doing. So I shall turn the camera off for a minute here until we get down to the shops. Not the shops, what am I talking about? We just left the shop. Once we get down to the field, and then we'll pick it up again there. Oh dear. Don't hit me, cars. Okay, here we are, down with the little Fent there, and that sprayer should fit nicely on the back, so that's good. And we're a little light on the front end now, but I think we'll be okay once we start spraying. So let's have a look at the contracts. And I know we are down near some of these fields here. So field 16 is going to be one that we're working towards doing. Let me double check quick, because I think we're fairly near field 11. We are right here at 44. Yeah, field 11's just up the road from us, and I think we actually helped Anthony plant that one. So we are going to get that, and we are just going to accept it. And let's see. Oh yeah, Kenneth and I think Justine, yes, they both have contracts as well. So we are going to pick up those for them, because they're all down in this area. And now that we've got our massive fertilizer spreader, we can go ahead and do some of them. So let's see what's going to be the easiest way to get out of here. If we're going up to field 11, and let's just go out the end and back around. Save trying to do a turn in this thing, because it's fairly big. But yeah, it should be good. Now, I was thinking of titling this this video something like Fertilizing Services, but in retrospect that sounded a tiny bit dodgy, so I think we're going to go with the crop sprayers or something like that, because we are going to get out and spray some crops. Oh, we're right next to 40. Yeah. No, we'll go up and do 11 first, because that one's off by itself. But I think we should be good. So we shall get up to field 11, and we shall get this thing underway. Alright, here we go. Now we are just going to start here near the entrance. Let's unfold this thing and see how it looks. Now this was only 66 grand, I believe, or like 66,500 because of the wheels, but it is a 28 meter sprayer. That's a wide old boy, that is. Oh dear, yeah, we are not going to have a problem spraying this field. Good grief, this thing's massive. Look how far back we got to get the drone. Alright, let's go. Let's get this thing underway. Now, hopefully it's not going to be too heavy on the spray, because that would be, you know, obviously we've got to pay for it, and we're not going to get reimbursed for it. But then again, we're also not having to pay for rental of their equipment. So, this should be interesting. I do like this sprayer. I don't often use these trailed ones, that's the thing. So it's kind of nice, and I've never used this one before. You know, being a French brand, it's not one I'd really encountered that much. Now obviously the Hardy one would fit a little bit better with this tractor, since it's got a Hardy back on it. But, you know, it is what it is, as they say. But yeah, I'm not unhappy with that at all. Yeah, we might be going a tiny bit slow. Let me check on the spec and just see. There it is. No, 7 miles an hour. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I mean, it's going to take a little bit on the bigger fields, but as wide as this thing is, oh, I think we're good. I think we are good. So yeah, I shall continue on with this and see you all when we get done. Might leave the drone flying, recording for a little bit. Yeah, that could be good. Back up at the store. We've got to get some more fertilizer for the old sprayers there. But there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is we've completed like 3 contracts already, which is lovely. So we'll have that. We've got 2 fertilizing ones to do, and I'm really tempted to get field 16 as well. But yeah, part of the good news is, most of the good news is there's some seeding contracts come up. Some of these guys here have heard about our work and want us to come out and help them with some seeding. So we're going to look at doing some of those in a little while. For now, we are going to take on this contract for Toby down in field 16. That is, I believe, the biggest field in the area. So let's have a quick old butchers at that on the map. Yeah, we managed to do field 11, field 43 and field 46 with 5,400 litres. What, less than that? It's about 4,300, something like that, 4,500, something about that. So that's actually pretty good. So those are, see how big they are, that's 5 hectares, 7 hectares, so yeah, about 12 and a bit hectares. And here we got 8 and 6, so again, similar sort of size, we should get that done, no problem. Field 16 is 25 hectares. That's a big old field, that is. That's going to take some time. But yeah, so let's just check where those, some of the seeding contracts. I think we'd done some work for Toby before up on field 1 and 2. Some cultivating work for him. Sorry, not Toby, Mason. I'm pretty sure we did some stuff for him. But yeah, the bit of sad news, or bad news if you will, we are going to have to sell that Fent, unfortunately. I'm just going to grab some fertilizer here while we talk. Yeah, the Fent has, some weeds have popped up in our little field, which is not the best. but the Fent doesn't have care wheels of any sort. So we are going to have to get, I mean, for one we need a weeder, but ironically we were checking the classifieds here on the way up, and blow me if they don't have a weeder for sale. So we are going to grab that one, since it is on sale. They have a nice used one there that we're going to get. Konskilde, I think is Swedish, possibly, Netherlands, somewhere in that area. But someone's got one for sale, so we are going to have that. And now, if we're going to sell that Fent, we kind of need to get a small tractor. Just a little yard tractor or something like that. And looking through the sort of restored and new options, there's a few odds and ends here and there. That's the Fent. The one we've got now is worth about 8 grand. Sadly, I would love to get my hands on one of these little Farmer 300 CIs. That would just be awesome. It's just got little care wheels. It's a little stubby tractor. That would be perfect. It goes up to like 105 horsepower. But no one's got one of them on the market at the moment for used, so we'd have to spend quite a lot for that. I mean, there's a slightly cheaper one, but I don't think it goes up to 90 horsepower, but that's still, we're looking at 50 odd grand for that. There's a few other options, but I kind of wanted something small and not too expensive, but handily, again, in the classifieds. No, don't buy that. Clicking on all the wrong buttons. This little gem popped up, a little McCormick. Now, it's a hell of a lot more modern than the Fent, that's for sure. But it's another fairly little tractor. It's only got 105 horsepower, but that might actually be worth looking at, because we can pick it up for 21 grand just about, and we can sell the other one for, I want to say 8 grand was what the other one was worth. So I'm kind of tempted to have a look at that. Because, you know, again, it's got the narrow tyres on it, so it'd be good for doing the small-scale field work that we need. But it's got enough horsepower that we could do a little bit more with it, and it'd be a good backup tractor for the what's it that we've got over here? The thing. Well, I can't remember the name of. Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, the MB Track 900. Because this, I think, we were going to put small tyres on that as well. Oh, that's handy. That wasn't too bad condition. Let's have a quick look at the tyre options. So I think it must have been Michelin that had the little Diddy care wheels. I mean, we could try them. In fact, yeah, let's put them on anyway. Because, you know, obviously without care wheels on something, we can't do our little field. And we probably should have care wheels on to be doing these other odds and ends around here too. The fertilizing and stuff. So, let's just collect all this back up again. Oh no. There we go. And reattach that. And we are going to need to start filling as well. Now I'm really hoping, and looking at it I think it will, I'm really hoping that weeder's going to fold. I think it will. But yeah, so I'm kind of tempted to actually get that McCormick as a backup tractor. I mean, this one is kind of small, but it doesn't have the best turn in circle. And the McCormick might do us a little better there. So we'll have to see, I suppose. Did I buy too much fertilizer? I think I did. But not to worry. We can always use it. That will not be a problem. Let's see where it's gonna take. Oh, good, it is taking it from that one. For a second there, I had a horrible feeling it was going to take it from one of the ones down the end. But that should put us up to... It's not quite going to max us out even. So how many do... Back up again. I mean, if we can get it all in here, we'll get it all in here. So I think we've got 7,000 litres potential, possibly. We'll stick with that. That's probably more than enough. So I'm going to have to do a bit of a circle here so I can get the front of this thing lined up. And we'll take the weeder back down with us again because we're going straight to the field. But yeah, I was kind of bummed out at that. The thing only has like standard tyres. It doesn't seem to have any sort of care wheels on it, which is kind of, you know, I like that little tractor. I mean, I could look at buying something else that has, obviously this is not the standard procedure, but yeah, there's probably something else around that sort of size as the Fendt, but I know, I think we might just get the McCormick, just because why not? I know we need to be saving the money a bit because we have to buy a yard at some point. And we're not going to be able to buy a yard if we don't save the money. But then again, we also need equipment too. So yeah, it's all swings and roundabouts, I guess. So yeah, we're going to head on back down to the other two fields that we have to do down on the bottom for Kenneth, I think it was. Yeah, we did Justine's. So we'll do Kenneth's and then we'll head up to field 16 and do Toby's one up there. And get our little field sorted out and maybe do a couple of those seeding contracts if they're still available. And possibly get that McCormick as well, because, you know, sometimes you just have to buy another tractor. So yeah, I think now's probably as good a time as any to wrap up the sort of vlog thing for now. So, you know, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like and do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And comments are always welcome, and sharing this video would be greatly appreciated. And I hope everyone enjoyed it, and thank you all for watching, and hope to see you next time. Cheerio.